Democrats are angry about another indictment while desperately crying that they are being picked on by President Trump. Some bizarre reactions following this latest update that Jussie Smollett is facing 6 new charges after the actor was caught lying, falsely claiming that he was attacked by supporters of President Trump. Here's a picture of Smollett with the Obamas. Many watching have probably heard how inconsistencies then arose in Smollett's story as police investigated his claim, while the initial charges against him were dropped by State Attorney Kim Foxx. Chicago attorney Dan Webb was later appointed to take over the case after it was revealed that Foxx had communicated with Michelle Obama's former chief of staff, who is a close friend of the Smollett family. Then there's Kim Foxx's ties to other Democrats like Kamala Harris. Kim Foxx has also regularly attacked President Trump on issues like immigration. Now this baffling reaction from Kim Foxx to the new charges. In a peculiar statement, she cast herself as the victim of an unfair attack, blaming politics and the era of Donald Trump for her office's woes. Fox's statement in response to the new indictment questioned its timing, implying that Webb is playing a dirty political trick on her. She said, quote, "The Cook County State's Attorney's Office charged Jussie Smollett with multiple counts, and today the special prosecutor did the same. What's questionable here is the James Comey-like timing of that charging decision just 35 days before an election, which can only be interpreted as the further politicization of the justice system, something voters in the era of Donald Trump should consider offensive." So that's the statement from Kim Foxx's office. This article responds saying that's a misdirection play from Foxx, who's reading the indictment through her own political prism. The allusions to Comey and Trump have an air of desperation, they say. They also say Webb, by contrast, is focusing on Smollett's actions, Foxx's prosecutorial judgment, and her office's dubious conduct. Foxx said almost a year ago that she welcomed an independent review of her office's handling of the Smollett case. Now the results are coming in and they don't look good for Prosecutor Foxx. Voters will render their own verdict on candidate Foxx. More articles today agreeing that the indictment could have an impact on the state's attorney's race. 2 of Foxx's opponents in the race have called for her resignation. One says, quote, "The sheer embarrassment of her incompetence and all that it has cost Cook County in terms of delayed justice, lost respect, and hundreds of thousands of dollars more in taxpayer money spent on a case because of her actions should be enough for her to leave office." More quotes here from others calling on Foxx to resign. One says, "In any other county in the state of Illinois, she would have been censured, suspended, or disbarred. There is no doubt she must resign now." Another says, "We here in Cook County are just tired of politically connected people getting better deals." All the candidates agreed that Foxx can no longer be trusted to serve as state's attorney. Daily Wire article also adds that it's possible that Webb is not done with Foxx. According to the special prosecutor's report, his team has not finished investigating what exactly happened with Smollett's case, and they have reached no conclusions on whether there was further wrongdoing on the part of Foxx's office. They note how last year, in a series of FOIA results obtained by various Chicago news outlets, Foxx herself was shown discussing the Smollett case over text with a former aide to Barack Obama who was communicating with and on behalf of members of Smollett's family. And that communication could come into play when the special prosecutor's full report is released. A statement provided by Special Prosecutor Dan Webb this week opens saying, Dan Webb, Special Prosecutor for Cook County, today announced that the Office of the Special Prosecutor has now completed all of its investigative steps regarding Jussie Smollett and has made the decision to further prosecute Mr. Smollett based on the recommendation of the OSP. A Cook County grand jury returned a 6-count indictment charging Jussie Smollett with making 4 separate false reports to Chicago Police Department officers related to his false claims. Mr. Webb has also concluded that further prosecution of Jussie Smollett is in the interest of justice. Several factors went into this determination, including the extensive nature of Mr. Smollett's false police reports and the resources expended by the Chicago Police Department to investigate these false reports. Webb also says that his office had obtained sufficient factual evidence to argue that prosecutors were wrong to drop the case last year. Smollett is due in court on the 24th of February. At the same time, Jussie Smollett is still facing a civil lawsuit from Chicago for nearly $500,000 that was spent investigating the fake attack. The civil case brought on by the city of Chicago seeks to have the actor reimburse the department for $130,000 spent on investigating the fake attack, as well as other costs that reportedly total close to $500,000. In a statement to Fox News, the City of Chicago's law department said the city has no intention of dropping its civil case in the wake of the renewed criminal charges against Smollett. Quote, "We look forward to reviewing the indictment, and as we have said previously, the city stands by our original complaint seeking to recover costs for Mr. Smollett's false statements. We again thank the Chicago Police Department detectives for their hard work on the original investigation." Kim Fox has also given this comment saying, quote, "I have to be accountable for not only the actions of myself but my office, and I don't run from that responsibility. What I will say is we have an obligation to be transparent in everything we do, and we dropped the ball in the transparency of the way we handled this case." According to Webb, it's still unclear why the original 16-count indictment was dropped last March. Once more, this article adds how Fox publicly recused herself from the Smollett case, but continued to be involved. It was revealed the state's attorney had contact with a Smollett relative and former aide to Michelle Obama while the case was active. Webb said Fox's office was not able to produce documents that show similar cases being handled in the same way. Finally, they note that Webb is still working on the second part of his investigation to determine if the state's attorney's office or anyone who works there engaged in wrongdoing when it comes to the Smollett case. And it is possible that we could learn more about Smollett's ties to the Democrats soon, as a judge last month ordered that Google turn over 1 year's worth of data. Illinois judge recently granted 2 warrants that will give investigators access to Smollett's and his manager's texts, emails, photos, location data, drafted and deleted messages, any files in their Google Drive cloud storage services, Google Voice texts, calls and contacts, as well as their search and web browsing history dated between November 2018 and November 2019. So this does look like more bad news for the Democrats. Please leave a comment and tell me what you think. If you could give this video a thumbs up, click the like button, that's greatly appreciated, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Also, down in the video description are links to my Patreon or PayPal accounts where you can support this channel directly. Patreon.com/realityreader or paypal.me/realityreader. Thanks again, everybody that has been sharing these videos and sharing the channel with others to help get the info out there. I'll follow up soon. Thanks again.